showing you on this diagram where we are, where we've been, and where we're going. Now you started your tour up top here on the Nevada side of Hoover Dam at the Visitor Center. We went down 535 feet. Now we're standing right here, right where the shell line is, in one of the original diversion tunnels. Our next stop on tour is to go 20 feet and see the generators. Now you'll probably notice a slight vibration beneath your feet. Well, that's the Colorado River running beneath your feet at 80,000 gallons per second through over 30-foot diameter penstock pipes. And you can see those pipes if you look outside in the window there. Now before Hoover Dam was built, the Colorado River just went a wild creek through this canyon here. Of course, you can't build a dam in the middle of a raging river. So when it came time to build the dam, the engineers had a big problem. They needed to find a way to move the river out of the way. So they blasted out 4,000 foot long, 50 foot wide diversion tunnels. 2 on the Nevada side, 2 on the Arizona side. They blasted those tunnels out 56 feet high, and they lined them with 3 feet of concrete. After the diversion tunnels were completed, the engineers had another problem. Okay, how do we force the river into those tunnels? So they built 2 temporary dams made of earth and rock called coffer dams. Built one here, another one right here. And so they left them a half-mile area dry, which they could begin building Hoover Dam. They began pouring concrete in June of 1933, and it finished up almost 2 years later in May of 1935. They poured 8 cubic yards of concrete every 78 seconds, non-stop, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for almost 2 years. Once Hoover Dam was completed, they removed the lower coffer dam, and also 1/3 of each diversion tunnel they didn't need to use anymore, so they plugged them up with 4-foot concrete plugs. So the areas you know are no longer used. Hoover Dam is 726 feet high, is 660 feet thick at the base, and 45 feet thick at the top. Hoover Dam is made of approximately 3,250,000 cubic yards of concrete. That's enough concrete to build a 2-lane highway from San Francisco, California, all the way to New York City. Water comes from Lake Mead, enters through 4 intake towers. Now we have 2 on the Nevada side, 2 on the Arizona side. Those are those circle-looking towers that you may have seen that look like they're floating on the lake. Well, actually on platforms underneath. Water enters through gates in the towers, goes to the 30-foot diameter penstocks, goes to smaller pipes, finally goes to generators. There's one other way to move water, and that's through a spillway system. Now spillways act like a plug in a bathtub. If a bathtub starts to overflow, you pull the plug and the water goes out. Well, same way here, if Lake Mead starts to overflow, the water goes through spillways, eventually on down the river. Spillways have only been used 2 times in history. The first was in 1941 when they finished filling up Lake Mead. Now it took them 6.5 years to fill up Lake Mead. Lake Mead is now the largest man-made reservoir in the United States. The only other time a spillway system was used was in 1983, when because of heavy snowfall in the Rocky Mountains, the lake started to overflow, then it went through the spillways and on down the river. Now whatever goes underneath Hoover Dam, through Hoover Dam, or over Hoover Dam, it always goes around Hoover Dam through the tunnels and the canyon walls. If you ever see water going over Hoover Dam, then run like heck. Now, fast runner, I'll still be ahead of you guys. Now, some of you may think you have a tough job, but believe me, the people who are building this dam have much rougher guys ever will. For one thing, in the summertime, they work outside at 130-degree heat. That's Los Altos against the Death Valley. And they only have 2 days off during the year, the 4th of July and Christmas. And if you were sick or missed work for any reason, you were fired. So some people worked on 2 or 3 different days just to continue working here. We don't have an accurate number of how many people actually worked here. Now, just so no one will get ahead of you, leads you back downtown to the elevators. We'll take the elevators up to our next stop, which is to see generators. So if you just stay there for a moment, let me get ahead of you, let you back downtown to the elevators. We'll take the elevators up to our next stop.